Esselamu Aleyküm ve Rahmetullah. Euzu billahi mineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Allahümme allimna ma yenfa'una ve enfa'na bima allamtena ilma ve erinel hakka hakkan ve rzuqna ittiba'ah ve erinel batıla batıla ve rzuqna ictinabah. La havle ve la kuvvete illa billahil aliyyil azim. Rabbi enni messeniyad-durru ve ente erhamur rahimin. La ilahe illa ente subhanek inni kuntu minez-zalimin. Ve sallallahumma ala Muhammedin ve ala alihi ve ashabihi ve etba'ihi ve sellem. Velhamdülillahi Rabbil alemin. Amen. Assalamu alaikum. So we have been studying, inshallah, the first chapter and first verses of the first chapter. Now we are going to start concentrating on the fourth verse of the chapter, Fatiha, opening. They're translated as opening. Okay. Now we said everything in a very short and quick summary. We said everything comes into existence in the name of the one who gives them existence, who is called God. So nothing can come into existence unless he wills it. How do we know? We have discussed on it a lot, because we can see no source of existence in the universe. No one can demonstrate that this is the source of existence. Nothing has any quality to give existence to another thing. Take yourself, for example. You are totally dependent on the one who gave you existence. I feel that. So when we see the things coming into existence, as we see the universe, we see on them manifested the qualities of their creator. Whatever we say, whatever we do, all the sciences, in fact, forget about the interpretations, all the sciences study what? The quality of the creation, the things, from different perspectives. Yeah? Do they study something else? Do they study something outside of the universe? No. Yeah, everything is within the universe, and everything has certain qualities, and these qualities are not random, not arbitrary. They are perfectly arranged within an order. And every quality is the reflection of its creator's quality. Because the things cannot be source of existence of their qualities. For example, my atoms cannot be the source of existence of my human qualities. You are blocking the way. No. Come this way. So the latecomers, if you don't mind. I don't mind. No, we can sit there too. Anyways, okay. This is what in the name of God means. That's what we concluded in our previous discussions. Now, the merciful, the ever merciful, we discussed this when we were discussing the third verse of the Fatiha. Ar-Rahman, Ar-Rahim. We emphasized on the importance of Rahman and Rahim. It is very important. It is radically different from each other, not mercy-wise, but application of the mercy-wise, it is radically different. Why? One of them is the mercy in creation equal to everything within an order. Whoever follows the order receives the mercy. Whoever exists in this world exists out of the mercy of its creator, because no one can say that you have to create me. Can you? No, nothing. Even the conscious human beings cannot say that. No, no, I want to have this quality rather than that quality. We obey the order. If we want to change the qualities that I have, we have to obey the order of the creation. Right? That is what we experience. We do nothing but obey the order of the creation. So when you obey the order of the creation, you receive mercy. Then a mercy comes to you. Mercy means anything exists out of mercy. That's what we studied this for a long hours. Now, and then Rahim, ever merciful, has nothing to do with this creation, but how human consciousness, I mean, it has something to do with, but essentially human consciousness. How human consciousness perceives the creation, and as a result of this perception, his or her perception, the mercy in the creation becomes eternal. Now, it is an extra, but not something like, let's say, 1 plus infinite, something like that. Mercy, which is in the Arabic form, Rahman, is one mercy. You experience here while you exist here, and everything experiences and receives mercy in their existence. That's what we say. But if human consciousness realizes that this creation is coming from an absolute source, all the qualities manifested here that I am temporarily experiencing is coming from an absolute eternal source, which is not limited with the creation, which is not the same nature as the universe is. This is a completely different nature in its existence, because it is it is the creator. It must be self-existent. If something is self-existent, must be absolute, eternal. It is that big, this big. That's why we also refer to the word which is used to mostly by the Muslims as God is the Great or Allahu Akbar, means you cannot describe the creator in terms of any quality or any adjective belonging to this type of creation, which is the universe. Allahu Akbar. When you realize, or when you become aware of and attach the existence of anything to its absolute source, you become aware that you are connected to the absolute source. It means your existence belongs to the absolute source. This consciousness, this awareness, causes or gives you the confidence then that your existence will be eternal as long as the eternal creator wills to give you existence. Since you belong to him, there is no need why he is not going to give you existence. Death becomes nothing. Rahim means ever merciful, means you get the mercy with no limitations. But those people who interact with this universe get mercy only, how much? As long as they communicate with it, they benefit from it, and they think that I am getting mercy For example, I am having this, something we enjoy. I am having this, and this is given to me freely. It is out of mercy, but when I die, everything finishes. That is the difference between the manifestation of Rahman, merciful, and Rahim, the ever merciful. Rahim applies to the believers. Rahman applies to believers plus everybody. Now, in order to receive the mercy, for example, let's say, typical example, you are thirsty, you drank water, and you said, oh, I felt comfortable now. You don't have to be a believer to feel comfortable when you drink water, when you are thirsty. Yeah? And atheists also say, I enjoyed the dinner, for example. Yeah, don't they? Yeah. But the difference between a person who identifies himself with atheistic ideas, I don't know who he is, but it's an example. This idea, atheistic idea, it means he is not referring the source of existence of that thing to an eternal creator. It means he is just thinking that here I am as a result of natural events, consequence of natural random events. I was lucky to get this. Today I got it. Tomorrow I don't know. I may die and finish. Yeah? Now this is the summary of the discussion we had last week. And all praise is due to God alone. We said this is also, this understanding of the creation helps us. All the qualities we observe, we experience in this world are praiseworthy in their existence. For example, how can you say that the existence of a, let's say, cancer cell, everybody is afraid of it, I am too. Now, how can you say that it is praiseworthy? Yes, it is in existence. It is praiseworthy. No one can create cancer cell, give existence. But we don't like it, that's something else. I don't want it, but it is perfect. For example, do you want to be burned in a flame? No, but you don't want it. Do you? I don't want it. I don't want to burn myself with a flame. But who can create flame? In its existence, flame is perfect. But we don't want it. We want only when we want to cook or benefit from it and have our water heated up by it. Right? So, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen, praise is due to God alone, means we can attribute the qualities that we observe on the created beings to the one who is the sustainer of the whole universe. Is there another way to attribute the existence of anything? Is there any way? Can you say this exists because exists? Because something else within the universe gave existence to it. No one can claim this. We emphasized on the importance of this matter that those people who support or who advocate atheistic idea don't want to speak about existence, source of existence. They have no answer. That's why they say, oh, you found it, that's it. I'm studying how they are working. It means how they are being created, but they don't accept the created. They say functioning within the order. But they never question the source of existence of anything because they have no answer. Because they limit their understanding within the universe only, They don't want to refer the existence of anything to any source other than the universe itself. Because they don't want to, they say brainwashed, or how to say, biased themselves. That I don't want to mention about the possibility, at least, that the universe might have been given existence by something not of the universe, something else, a self-sustaining being. Because in order to be a creator, you have to be a self-sustaining. It means you wouldn't need to be dependent in your existence. Now, no one can ever show that there is something in the universe which is self-sustaining. Think about it. Which is self-sustaining, which means it exists by itself. No one can show it, because at least everything is subject to the order of the universe. They cannot even get out of this order of the universe. They have no choice. They are subject to the order of the universe. How can they be a self-existing? If you are self-existing, it means your will, your choice must have no limit, self-existing. You don't need anybody else to give you the opportunity to do this and that. Self-existing is a very important word. In the language of the Qur'an, qayyum. Yeah? So self-existent. Now, we said only the self-existing one deserves all the attributes manifested in the universe to be attributed to it. My language is confused, I know. If you want to attribute anything, any quality in the universe, you cannot say that anything within the universe is the source of existence of this, so it is to be praised. No one can show anything. No one. You don't have to be a religious man. You don't have to be a believer. You don't have to be, you may be an atheist. No one can show that. Something exists by itself, self-existing. It means, self-existing means has no limit. Absolute freedom in its existence and continuation of its existence. Nothing in the universe can continue its existence by itself, because their continuation of existence is totally, with no exception, is bound to the order of the universe. They are slaves of the order of the universe, if you like. No one. We too. No one. Nothing. Your particles, your cells, the particles of your cells, and anything. We know that nothing can exist out of, free of the order of the universe. Can you show? Now, ask anybody. He may be a scientist and atheist. Show me. Show me. They can't. Right? That is what Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Rabb, the Lord, the sustainer of all the worlds. It means not within the world, not of the nature of the world. Okay. And we studied all merciful, the ever merciful. Now, the subject comes to the fourth verse now, the last verse in the screen. Maliki Yawmiddin. Now, can we say easily that he is the possessor of the... Now, the problem is here. What do we understand from Day of Judgment? What's the day of judgment? The judgment, deen. Now, we know deen is generally translated as religion. Why do they say judgment? Most of the translators use this word judgment as an explanation of deen here in this context. I can say yes. I mean, there is no other way of explaining it in English, even in Arabic. When you say Maliki Yawmiddin, you use the word deen. But deen, as it is understood by everybody almost, the way of life and the guidance from God, etc. But in this context, it doesn't fit. This explanation of deen doesn't fit. So, Day of Judgment has a legitimate source or reason why people translate the Yawmiddin as Day of Judgment. Legitimate reason, but we will come to this. First of all, we have to clean our mind from what we have been hearing. What's Day of Judgment? Can somebody share what he heard? Not necessarily that he believed in it, because he may say that, no, well, that's what I know. What do we understand from the Day of Judgment? What do we hear? Anybody? No one is brave enough to say, okay, say it.
The day when we're resurrected and we're judged based on our actions and our deeds.
Yeah, you are quite far from the mic, so I heard you, but I don't think the listeners.
The day that we are resurrected and we're judged for our actions and for our actions.
Yeah, that is what we hear. Okay, anybody can question this. Why? How do you know that you will be resurrected? Yeah. And after you are resurrected, a judgment day will be set, right? How do you know? What's the evidence for it? You are here. I don't see any resurrection. I don't see any day of judgment. I am free to do everything. Come on. You must be brainwashed. I'm not saying to you. This idea, you represented what we hear, all right. It's not totally wrong, but we have to have the base to reach this conclusion and be convinced about it. Now, let's say deen means, in fact, when the transaction, a kind of commercial transaction happens, you buy something and you have to pay back in return. When you buy something, you are in debt. Yeah. Deen, the plural diyun, means debts. Debt. Where and when the debts are paid. It means when the transaction has been completed. Day of judgment, the Yawmiddin. When the transactions are completed here, as far as our worldly life is concerned, we have to be convinced that what is happening in the order of this universe, this every moment, everywhere, this judgment in transaction, buying and selling, taking and giving, transaction must be perfectly fitting in the order, so that I will conclude the one who has given existence to this order is really paying, giving due debt to the debtor, to the one who owns it. For example, I can give you an example, very simple example. It's not difficult at all to understand. No, very simple. You are studying, for example, in a school. It's simple. You can be reading something. You are listening. I am speaking, and we are now within interaction. Now, let's say, practical example. We are in a class. You go to the class, and what you do, it means you go to the classroom, listen to the professor, and do you learn something immediately? Do you get something paid back as a result of your effort? Huh?
Not really.
You don't learn anything. Yeah? Why do you go to class then? Did you go to the college?
Yes.
Yeah, you did. So you haven't learned anything from the college as far as the subject is concerned.
You do learn something, but
Yeah, at the end, you got the degree. You got the degree, and you say, I'm something. Huh? I'm a professional in this subject. Yeah, I got the degree. But how do you get the degree at the end of 4 years of education? If you never go to, let's play the extreme case. If you never go to class, attend the class, will you learn anything as far as the teachings going on in the class is concerned? No. If you go to the class and the professor teaches something, as much as you pay attention to the professor, if you are prepared to it, to be practical, I'm saying, you get something. But according to the level of your attention, your attendance. For example, if you never go and only 2 months later you go to one class, you understand, what are they talking? No. You are expected to follow the rules of transaction. Now, for example, if you put the order, sow the seed, what happens? Grows, right? If you water it rightly, it grows better. If you don't obey the order of growth, what happens? It doesn't really grow better. Yeah, it grow in an expected way, right? If you, whatever you do, if you obey the order, everything is returned to you immediately and the transaction is complete. According to your obedience, the level of your obedience, perfection of your obedience to the order. Do you agree with me? Yeah. For example, whatever you do, it is returned back to you immediately. Paid back through the order by the creator of the order. The transaction is perfectly working. No one says, I obeyed the order, but it didn't happen. I wasn't paid back. But there are some exceptional cases that you may not know what will happen in the future, that these are also happening within the order again. Now, if go back to the, let's go back to the meaning of ever merciful, it means Rahim. If you experience something in this world, and anything that benefits you, and you say, this cannot exist by itself, impossible. And it is given existence only by the one who is giving existence to the whole order of the universe. That's how we experience it, right? And say, oh, my existence also belongs to him, right? And you receive one piece of something useful or of something that you enjoy, right? Something that you enjoy. As soon as you acknowledge the source as to be an eternal one, what happens? You receive a payment. You acknowledge the source of existence of that thing. Because you acknowledge the source of existence of that thing as to be the eternal one, absolute one, what happens to you? What happens within you? It means I couldn't. Yeah?
Feel secure in your existence.
In your own existence. Payment is within it. Pay back immediately. If only we obey the order, use our human qualities according to the requirements of the order. Sure? Did you get it? You are paid back. Always. If you say, for example, I have eaten an orange today, and I have eaten the orange, and orange disappeared after I ate. But while I was eating the orange, I was reflecting on the qualities of the orange, and I realized that this is the gift from the creator of the orange, right? A gift to me because you enjoyed it. Now, when you enjoyed orange, when you understood that it is a gift from the creator, because no one, nothing, even as the Qur'an says, even all human beings get together, use their intelligence. All human beings, 6 billion people, however the number is, I don't know. 6 billion people get together. Can they make one orange? One orange. They have to obey the order to get the orange. They cannot create an orange. Right? Simple. So, when you realize that this orange is a gift to you from its creator, who is the creator of the whole order of the universe, everything. What do you feel? I am a part of the universe. I belong to him as well. Although orange disappear, but your consciousness received the reward, payment immediately, that you belong to an absolute source. You are very precious. You are the product, creation, of the creator of the whole universe. Paid immediately. The debt is paid because you did an effort, you used your free will, and as a result of your effort, you received the payment of eternal, everlasting bliss, yeah, or eternal pleasure in yourself. As you said it, you gain security in your existence as a human being. It's the most important thing that we need to establish. Security for our existence. Don't worry about anything. Just feel secure in your existence because you belong to the absolute one. Whatever happens to you, for example, orange disappeared, but the mercy of the absolute disappeared. It's absolute. The universe continues to exist. And other oranges are coming into existence. Orange, billions billions of oranges are coming into existence. Billions of them. Right? It doesn't, the absolute qualities of the Creator doesn't disappear. Orange disappears. But does it go into annihilation? No, it fulfilled the duty. It fulfilled its mission. And that's it. Now, you receive it or not. Everything is payment. First, whether you are a believer or you are not. In your interaction with the universe, first, if you grow an orange garden, orchard, you are given orange. Do you think that all orange farmers are believers? No. Maybe, may not be. Yeah. But they are given because they are given the debt. Their debt is paid. They choose something and they are paid back within the order of the universe. But the believer gets even eternal. Now, who is the one who possesses these transactions? Who is the owner of these transactions? Who is the source of the creator of these transactions? The creator of the whole universe, right? So he is the possessor of the moment. Any transaction happens, he pays back. He gives back. That is justice. Right? The day of judgment, we can understand that we are living in the day of judgment every moment. Right? So you will be treated according to the justice of the Creator. When? Anytime. Now, tomorrow, if you have any transaction, that you will anytime, according to your quality of transactions. If you receive from this creation one orange, you will get the taste and pleasure of one orange. Right? If you use your consciousness and have a transaction through the orange as a gift from the creator of the universe, who is absolute, your transactions turns into infinity. There's only one orange. Because in the orange, whatever the qualities you have seen becomes a means of acknowledging that your existence belongs to the Absolute One. And this awareness causes in your human expectations absolute certainty. Judgment happens. Now, are we okay up to now? Does it make sense? Right? Now, after I die, if I have developed my consciousness, if my spirit, my human sight, acknowledge the eternal creator, absolute owner of the universe, my body is separated from my sight. My animal side is separated from my human side. It means what makes me a human being is not flesh and bone. Animals have that as well. But consciousness. So my consciousness is separated from my body. What happens? Body is nothing. Body changes, keeps changing. Yeah? Okay, body changes, continues to change. You know, I was young like you. Yeah, but what happened to me? Changes, continues to change. And one day there will be a radical change. We are experiencing it. That's how the order is. Yeah. We die. We call it death. Now, when I die, yeah, my body did not experience and acknowledge the eternity of the Creator, my flesh. Who acknowledged the eternity, absoluteness of the Creator? Be brave, be brave.
Consciousness, the human.
Your human side, not your flesh. Right? So, body is separated from the consciousness. What happens? Body goes to the earth because it belongs to the earth. Right? But consciousness is aware of the absolute source of its existence, not the body's existence, human side, the existence of the human side. So human side deserves what? To be treated as he or it, let's say the consciousness, developed, improved itself. For example, you learn something. You go to school, learn something, right? And even you get old, what happens? Your quality, as you learned, you are educated, remains. Yeah, but we think that when body gets old and memory gets old, we forget it. But this is biological, physiological side of us. That's my quality, now acknowledged. Human qualities must not be equated to human bodies. We have to be aware of it. That's another subject, but we have to at least understand that we are not only bodies. Can you treat me as my body? Why do you listen to me? My body is nothing. Yeah? Can you treat yourself as your body? I'm not speaking to your body. Your body doesn't understand anything. What we are communicating with then? What? What is the communication? Where the communication is going on? Body? Sorry? Take your hands up. And consciousness. Yeah? Consciousness. So, your body has nothing to do with you. Do you understand? Do you understand that? So we have to make sure that we are not bodies. Bodies are temporary things. Like the orange you ate, the orange is a means of acknowledging the qualities manifested on it and functioning as a means of vehicle of absolute eternal mercy, introducing himself to you. Not the orange, the physical, molecular, or atomic structure of orange. They are communicating with you. The one who composed, created, formed, and decorated with the qualities of it in the orange is communicating with you. For example, again, on a piece of paper, simple example. Now, and throw it to you, and you read it. Yeah, wake up. Right? Well, welcome. So I'm happy to see you again now. Okay. Are you communicating with paper, or are you communicating with me?
With you.
With me, yeah. So when I give the paper to you, am I communicating with your eye, or with your consciousness, as Islam said? Islam.
With my consciousness.
Right? Your consciousness. So my consciousness is communicating with your consciousness. Nothing to do with the body.
What is consciousness? What is consciousness? Which
is your mother tongue?
Sorry?
What is your mother tongue?
Personal.
Sorry?
Pushto.
Pushto. Sure. Do you understand that? Ruh. Do you understand this ruh?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That you call it ruh. Right? Sure, but the conscious spirit, right? Because if the spirit was not conscious, right, it cannot be described as spirit, the one who will receive eternity from the Creator in paradise. Do you understand? But body has nothing to do with you, man. We have to understand this. Your personality, you, what makes you is not your body, your human side, right?
From where the conscious come?
Sorry?
From where the consciousness come?
Ask yourself. Well, if I understood you correctly, where the consciousness comes, you can ask yourself. You think from your hair, from your atoms, are your atoms conscious so that they will be the source of consciousness? Atoms are matter. You can just smash them. Particles are nothing, no belief, no nothing, no consciousness, no quality. They are expected to exist as they are given existence. They cannot really act independently. They are subject to the order. Got it?
What is subconsciousness?
Doesn't matter. We are not studying his consciousness, subconsciousness, psychology. Doesn't matter. Something exists in you which is not your body. That's it. If you want to specialize in the terminology that the people define the things, we have to study all sciences here. Just to see any quality. Any quality manifested in or on matter, yeah, is not the matter, but the quality which is reflected on the quality by its creator, the one who gave existence to it. Right? For example, if you have a piece of art or a book and anything written, you understand? This is very simple, but unfortunately we are not used to the thinking of the matters on the level of creation or existence. That's why I understand your struggle. Don't worry about it. I'm not blaming you. But if you read a book, right? Meaningful sentences on it, meaningful qualities on it, right? Can you say that it is the source of the particles of the ink, of the paper? What is the source of existence of the meaning you get from the sentence written in the book? Tell me. What you get? The ink gave the meaning. I think he has the tongue.
Author of the book.
Sorry?
No, I don't understand. I'm not getting.
Okay. Okay. You read a meaningful sentence in a book.
Right.
Do you think the meaning is given by the ink that
No, the writer.
know that? Yeah, no, can't be. There is an author which is not of the thing, of the ink and the paper. Do you understand? There is an author completely different from the ink, completely different from the paper. And the meaning you receive in the book, through the book, is the communication between you and the author, right? The meaning. But you are holding a piece of paper. But we shouldn't be confused and misled that the book is the source of the quality of meaning. It's very simple. Don't be afraid. Very simple. Book, the paper, and the ink cannot be the source of the meaning that you are extracting from the book when you read it. Is that simple? Any quality in creation cannot be cannot come from its molecular, atomic, and particle components, constituents. Cannot be. They are just like ink, like a paper in the book. The orange itself, the molecules, the atoms and particles of the orange cannot be the source of the qualities of what we call orange. Right? Anything, even the relationship between the particles of the orange cannot be a result of the will, choice of the particles themselves, because they have to follow the order which we call them chemical reactions. The orders, they kept all the chemical reactions happened within an order already existing in the universe. Now, all the qualities out of this relationship, the simple example, here is the computer laptop, right? Do you think the parts of this, constituent parts of this laptop is the source of existence of the computer, the machine, the parts, source of existence? Source of existence. Or a completely different, as we know it, man, human beings, designed and put the order of particles there to be in this form, and the result is coming from the engineer's qualities, not the quality of the particles of the computer. Right? The universe is like this. It is very simple. It may seem to know this is a very philosophical class. No, very simple. I don't go into philosophical technical terminology at all, mostly because I don't know. Even I know a little bit, I don't mess up with some technical words and showing that I know this. No, I don't like it. Make it very simple, very practical, and very challenging that no one can reject it. Any human mind cannot reject it. So you have to submit. Now, when you do that, when you understand, realize your, let's call it soul, consciousness, soul, spirit, human side, humanity, whatever you say, yeah? Whatever you name it, doesn't matter. But be careful, not your body. It means physical particles. No, not that needs to be taken carefully. No, not my cells and particles in my body is acknowledging the meaning in the existence of the things. My soul is acknowledging. My soul is communicating with the meaning manifested in the universe. Right? Now, the body is taken away. Universe is continuously changing anyways. It is being removed every moment. A new one is coming, created. Yep, within a certain order. Again, everything is transient. Right? What is not transient? The absolute qualities of the Creator is not transient. That's perfect. Absolute. The Creator. For example, the engineer of this machine made this machine, and I broke the machine. What happens? Does the engineer die? His knowledge disappears because his work disappeared. But very simple. Extremely simple. Now, the machine is broken, but the knowledge of the engineer remains. Right? But this is an example. This is only an analogy. The engineer will die one day, okay. But the creator of the universe's existence is absolute. The engineer of this machine's existence is not absolute. Dependent. He's just using the order. How about the source of the existence of the order of this universe? Must be absolute. Because it is not of the nature of the universe. But the engineer is the nature of the universe. So analogy must be understood only within a certain limitations. Now, when you break the computer, you cannot destroy the knowledge of the engineer. Right? It is completely independent. When we die, our spirit, our soul, cannot be destroyed. When the universe is changing anyways, destroying the universe means even they are not destroyed as we see it, but it's continuously changing. As they are going away, being taken away, and new forms of universes are being given existence, what happens? The universe changes, but the source of existence of universe, does it disappear? No. Your spirit and the source of existence is in communication when you acknowledge it. Now, if you don't acknowledge it, your spirit becomes ignorant of the source of its source. That is called hell. That's called hell. When you acknowledge it, that is called paradise. Because you are aware that your spirit is aware that you belong to the absolute one. Your existence belongs to him, to it, the absolute one. Right? Now, when we die, as the Quran describes, when everything is destroyed, is being destroyed every moment. My youth is gone, destroyed. Yeah, my middle age is gone, destroyed. I don't know. But as far as I am concerned, I don't know. But as I don't know my beginning of existence or prior to the beginning of existence, I don't know, because I cannot go out of the universe, and I don't know when I die my physical existence. I don't know do you know what will happen tomorrow to you? Right? As you are created, you exist. If you are not given existence, you don't. Dependent beings we are. Now, but the consciousness continues. Awareness continues in communication with the creator of the universe. Right? Now, what happens? You are paid. Here, whatever you did, all transactions, whatever you obeyed the rule and followed the rule of your humanity, you got the result. When you die, the same. Your body goes because you are not the body. We have to understand this every week. We have to repeat this. We are not bodies. Bodies are not important. We are human beings. So even, for example, the body, the physical body, not the existence of the physical body, but the physical body of a tree is not important. Quality is manifested on the body are important. Qualities are important. Orange is not important. But qualities manifested on the orange is important. Right? We are created in such a way that without the book, written book, we cannot communicate with the author. Right? But are we communicating with the book? This is a paper. So if we are aware that, my consciousness is communicating with the consciousness of the creator, of the author, exactly the same way. My consciousness is communicating with the author of the universe, or in the small example, author of the orange. And whatever the level of communication is, whatever the level of correspondence is between my spirit and the creator of whatever I am interacting with, at this level, I will be paid my debt. Right? I will be paid. For example, if you are a student at regardless of the age, let's say you are a student at a high school. You haven't studied it, but after 20 years of age, you decided to go to the high school or middle school and started education, and you learned at the end of the education, what do you get? You are 24 years old. What do you get? Do you get a university degree, college degree? What do you get? Tell me, somebody.
Middle school.
Middle school degree, right? That's your learning level, education level. Now, exactly the same. You will be paid accordingly. The middle school degree is the payment for your school education, right? Now, the more you communicate with the creator of the things as we are interacting with their physical body, right? The more we will be paid. If you don't communicate at all, if you never attend any class, what do you get? No degree. That's hell. Nothing. You get nothing. Your spirit is not aware of anything. Your spirit has not been educated in anything. Now, you bought the book, put it in the shelf, nicely, decorated, never read it. What do you learn? Book is next to you. What do you get it? What is paid to you? Huh?
You get nothing.
Nothing. Just a burden of carrying the book from one room to another, from one house to another. So please, let's all not carry the spirit just to serve the body, the book, not the meaning of the book. We get nothing. Yeah? I die. My spirit has nothing to do with the meaning inscribed in the book. I have no communication with the author, right? And spend your time for your body, what you get? Or the body of the orange, not the qualities manifested in it, and treat it, and you are aware that this qualities belong to the creator. What do you get? If you don't, as the orange disappears, your communication disappears because you are communicating with the orange, body of the orange, not the meaning manifested on it. You get nothing. You learn nothing. Isn't it judgment? Right? Isn't that it is religion? That is religion in the language of the Qur'an. What do you understand from religion? That is religion. Communication with your creator, educating your spirit in connection with the qualities of the creator. That is your religion. That is the degree you are going to given. You are going to be given. That is the degree in paradise or in hell. You go to the college for 4 years. If you attend no class, you get nothing. If you attend fully, you get fully payment. Right? If you attend and pay attention 80%, you get 80% quality of degree. Right? This is judgment. No one can blame that. No, I was a student and they didn't give me a degree. Now, this is extremely important. You may identify yourself as a believer, as a Muslim. I believe in God. It means nothing. I am a student. Okay. I registered with the class, with the college. Okay. But you never attended the class. What do you get? Huh? Your student ID does not work. It is not worth anything. It works only on the bus. You can cheat the driver. Then I'm a student, so I can get the student reduced price. You cannot cheat the creator. So if you have the ID, of course, the the class or not, as long as you have a valid ID, he treats you as a student. But your creator, or let's say in the example, the administrator knows that you have never attended the class and you will be given no degree whatsoever. Now, don't cheat yourself. We shouldn't cheat ourselves. Say that I'm a Muslim, I know, I believe in God. Now, we have a few more minutes to spend now, inshallah, 5 minutes or something. I would like to share one important subject with you. Very important subject with you. But I see that everybody is awake. Yeah? Don't worry, your wife is here. No, she doesn't expect your text message. You're guaranteed. So, come down. So, extremely important subject, but don't get disappointed. Right? Don't say that, I have wasted my time claiming that I am a believer, I am a Muslim. Don't get this. This is just a wake-up call. Now, I will tell you something which is very strange to you. To believe in God, to believe in religion is nothing. But to believe in God, yeah, it is good as compared to deny. Right? As compared to deny, to believe is good as if you have registered with the school. Right? But to live, according to your belief at every moment is everything. There is a difference between believing sincerely, not hypocrisy. No. Sincerely believe that you and the universe and everything within the universe has been created by an absolute creator. You believe that? Yeah? Okay, you registered with the school. Okay, fine. Very good. But just because you registered with the school, will you get the degree? Say?
No.
No. For the recorder's sake. Yeah. No, you won't get this degree. It means, although it is necessary to register with the school, but registering with the school in and of itself is nothing. Do you see what I mean? I'm a Muslim. I don't care. Really, I don't care. But practically, if I say, I am a Muslim, so what? Are you attending the class? Are you attending the class? It means, are you living every moment of your life as much as possible in communication with the source of existence of the universe? Right? Attending the class means communicating with the author of the universe. For example, I've got a book. Oh, is there in the book? Okay. So I've got a book. Give me this one. Let's say this is a book. Yeah? You give this. No. I can cheat you. Okay. I've got a book. All right? Yes. We have to understand that if you want to learn something from the meaning written in the book, you got to have the book. Right? But to get the book does not give you any meaning. What do you have to do? Read it, reflect on it, and I'm not going to read your special notes. So you are going to read it, communicate with the author. You are not going to communicate with the paper. Now, this nominal religion, thank you, sir. This nominal religion said, I'm a good Muslim. I pray. I fast. I try to avoid the prohibitions, etc. Okay, I don't care. Are they, don't they have any value? Yes, they have. But if you use them as a means of communicating with your creator and educating your spirit accordingly, that is everything. That is called the difference between believe in God, live according to your belief is completely different matter. To have the book is one thing. To live or to learn the meaning in the book is a completely different matter. That's what we don't know. We must admit. We think that belief is a matter and doing some sort of actions is matter. No. I'm not mentioning about this. Even your actions will have value according to your communication. For example, somebody is reading the book without paying no attention to the meaning, but that and learns nothing. What did he get? In communication with the author, what did this person received from the author? If he didn't really pay attention to the meaning, what did he get?
Nothing.
Nothing. Now, pay attention to live with your belief consciousness. It will be reflected in your prayer it will be reflected in your fasting or other religious duties. Otherwise, your prayers and other religious duties, they call it religious, whatever you call them, rituals, whatever, will have value only as much as your consciousness, conscious communication with the creator of everything that you are communicating with. That's very simple. So try to read the book. It means try to read everything that you are encountering, the meaning manifested there. So when you pray, this understanding, this awareness will automatically reflect on your prayer. If you don't have this understanding, your prayer will be just doing some physical exercise, carrying the book with you, without reading and not communicating with the author. Carrying the book is nothing. But we shouldn't forget, if you want to communicate with the author, you have to have the book. Right. But we cheat ourselves usually. I'm a Muslim. I believe in God. I'm sure. Yeah. Okay. The creator must have the universe must have a creator. Okay. Sure. And no communication with the creator. No, but dain. It means transactions, buying and not the buying and selling, but giving something, taking something, yeah, getting something, being paid in return. You try to learn something, you pay attention to something, you are immediately paid there. That is the day of judgment. That is the moment of judgment manifesting itself, showing itself that if you are consciously in communication with me, I will pay you continuously the pleasure of my eternal being. So assure your existence within your spirit. You will be confident in your being.
Oh, could you repeat a few moments ago when you said?
Sorry? Yeah.
Could you repeat a few moments ago when you said this is everything?
You
went to
communication.
Yeah.
Communication with the creator, the manifested qualities, through the manifested qualities of the creator is very simple. Nothing is complicated at all. When you read the book, are you communicating with the paper or with the meaning? Through the paper, you are communicating with the author of the book, right? The book has no function. You may have the book, doesn't matter. If you don't have the book, you are total loser. That's something else. But if you have the book, if it means it represents what? In the analogy, you know that the universe is a creator. And thus, you have a creator, right? Okay, I have a creator. I am being created, yeah? I was created. I'm created. All right. Are you communicating with the creator through your human consciousness? Communicating? If you don't communicate, it is something like carrying the book or carrying the college identity, student identity, or ID card, but not going to the class, not reading the book, not reading the universe, the meaning manifested in the universe, not communicating with through the universe with its creator. You are not introducing the creator to your human senses. You are not educating, not you, but you are not educating your spirit in order to teach him who or what his Lord is. No knowledge, no education. So that is why this phrase is extremely important. Believe in God is important, necessary, but in and of itself is nothing. Identifying yourself with a religion in and of itself is nothing. only conscious relationship between your spirit and the meaning manifested in the universe is everything.
Only your spirit.
Sorry?
Only your spirit.
No, I don't understand. Make it articulate your language, because
Can you repeat the very last line that you just said? about
okay,
the spirit?
I think I know my accent is perfect, but you don't understand my language. Somebody can repeat what I said,
Conscious relationship
but
between.
articulate it.
Okay, so believe in God in and of itself is nothing, but the conscious communication between the meaning and
Meaning where?
meaning that I see in the universe
Yeah, manifested in the things that I am communicating.
and my human qualities, which is also known as consciousness, is
Being
everything.
educated with it,
Right.
yeah, and your human consciousness becomes acquainted with it, right? So if you attend the college, it's very simple, but we have to give a simple example. If you attend the college, right, your body is there, but you never listen to the professor. Yeah, you are busy with texting with your friend. Yeah, and what happens at the end? What happens? Do you learn anything? Your spirit is developed, educated, as far as this subject is concerned. Yeah, your physical body is in the class, even, but your spirit is not educated at all. For example, let's say it's an engineering class, mechanical engineering class, okay? Can you become a mechanical engineer if you don't learn anything? Can you? No. So if you don't learn anything from your belief that the universe is a creator, can you become an engineer, believer? Your spirit, your human side becomes aware of its creator. But you said, I believe in God. Yeah, but you haven't communicated with him. In this class, what we do, we call it belief education, belief training. We try to establish this communication between your human side and the source of the existence of the universe and its qualities, so become acquainted with it, so that we will become engineers. Otherwise, we can go to the college and spend all the days in dining rooms. I was in the college. I was on campus. I was in the Friday prayer. I don't care. Really, I don't care. Is it a little bit disappointing? No, shouldn't be. Right? We have to learn. We have to learn what we are missing. Am I exaggerating? I keep saying it is not very common to have belief training in the community. We are having what? How to go to class, where you should take, which class you should take, and what time the class starts. What is the name of the professor? What is the name of the class? No communication, no education. Unfortunately, wake up. But it's not a blame of others. What we have to do, what we have to do ourselves, pay attention. Everything, with everything. You go and see, for example, a leaf from the tree, drop. Look at it. What's that? What does it mean? How it dropped? How did it drop? How? What is this order? Where is it coming from? Question it. Everything. You said, don't say, I don't like this, I don't like that. Why do you like these qualities? Why don't you like those qualities? And what are the messages that you are communicating with? Otherwise, you say, oh, I'm going to have this, I'm going to buy this, this is my aim to get this profession or something. Waste your time without communicating the author of the universe, author of your body, your being.
Yeah, it is one-way communication or two-way communication.
Did you understand? With what can you translate?
Is it a one-way communication or is it two-way communication?
Of course, two ways. When you listen to the professor, what happens? Your consciousness becomes aware of what is in the consciousness of the professor. When you read the book, what happens? Although the author of the book might have died, still you communicate with the consciousness of the author through your own consciousness. It is reciprocal. Reciprocal? No, that is why Day of Judgment means everything is paid equally in a just way. Day of Judgment means this. Alaykum salam. A Day of Judgment means this. Everything is equal as much as the level of your consciousness within your communication, with your creator, your spirit has been trained. You will be treated accordingly. You will get your degree according to the level of your success in the period of education. Isn't that true? Yeah? Get ready, inshallah. Okay, we were expected to finish at the latest 8:30. So, Bismillah. So, is it time? What time is it? Is it
8:30.
8:30. Sorry, we hit the deadline. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Subhanaka la ilma lana illa ma 'allamtana innaka antal alimul hakim. Wa akhiru da'wahum alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. I thank you. I see that everybody was carefully, attentively listening. That encourages me. If someone starts falling asleep, I said, am I speaking to the body? Or so everybody was attentively. These are simple subjects, but not very common. The way of treating the subject needs attention and refreshment in us. Okay, thank you very much. Inshallah, I'll see you next Thursday. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Okay, thank you. Thank you for attending. And I'm very pleased that you were contributing as well. Thank you.